The origin of the names of each state of the United States. The United States is the fourth largest country in the world, the third most populous, and probably the most recognized worldwide. Its total area reaches 9,833,517 square kilometers. 7,700,000 of them are in the continental area, which has coasts on the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Its territory is composed of 50 states, 2 of them outside the continental territory. To put it in perspective, the United States is more than twice the size of the entire European Union. The names of its states reflect the history and diversity that shaped this nation. Some come from Spanish, French, and English. They represent the first explorations, colonization, as well as its indigenous communities and their languages. Have you ever wondered where the names of its different states come from? What meanings do they have, and from what language do they originate? Learn this and more next. Before we dive deep, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and activate notifications to stay up to date with our updates. Alabama. On December 14, 1819, Alabama became the 22nd state of the United States. With 5 million inhabitants, its capital is Montgomery, but its largest city is Birmingham. Its etymology comes from the union of 2 words from the Choctaw language, alba, which means vegetation, and amo, which refers to a gatherer. So the name vegetation gatherers, plant clearers, or weed removers fits with the main activity of the native tribes in this area. Alabama is in the south of the country and has an area of 135,765 square kilometers. Alaska. Alaska is the northernmost state in the United States. It is located outside its continental territory, separated by Canada. It is also the largest state, with 1,717,854 square kilometers. Its capital is Juneau, although the most populous and famous city is Anchorage. 738,068 people live in the entire state. The name Alaska derives from the Aleut language and is translated as mainland, or object towards which the sea is directed. It has also been translated from the Eskimo al-Agshak, meaning Great Lands or Peninsula. It has been part of the United States since 1912, although on January 3, 1959, it officially became the 49th state. Around 20 native languages, in addition to English, converge there. Arizona. The origin of the word Arizona is not clear. Some researchers believe it comes from the Spanish Arizonac, which has its origin in the O'odham people and their word Alisonac, meaning small spring or place of the small spring. Others claim it is a result of the words arid and zone, as it is an arid and dry state. Arizona was the 48th state to enter the American Union on February 14, 1912. It is in the western region, has 295,000 square kilometers, and a little over 7 million inhabitants. Its capital and most populous city is Phoenix, Arkansas. With more than 3 million inhabitants, Arkansas is the so-called land of opportunity for its natural resources and landscapes. It joined the Union on June 15, 1836, as the 25th state. It is located in the south of the country, its capital and most populous city. As for the origin of its name, the Algonquian people referred to the Quapaw, the natives of those lands, as Arkansas, a name that the French pronounced Arkansas. It is believed to mean south wind. California. A 16th century romance novel called Las Sergas de Esplandian was the inspiration for the first Spanish explorers to name the lands of California. Written by Garci Ordóñez de Montalvo, this story tells of Calafia, an imaginary island full of riches that the Iberians envisioned in those lands. California belonged to the Spanish, then to Mexico, and in 1850, in the midst of the gold rush, it became the 31st state to join the American Union. Located in the West, California is the most populous state in the country, with almost 40 million inhabitants. Across its 423,970 kilometers, it is the third largest state after Texas and Alaska. Its capital is Sacramento, but the most populous city is Los Angeles, North Carolina. The first British colony in America, one of the 13 secessionist colonies, was established in North Carolina. It was admitted to the United States on November 21, 1789, as the 12th state. Its capital is Raleigh, although the most populous city is Charlotte. It has 10 million inhabitants and an area of 139,391 square kilometers. The name of the state, like South Carolina, was chosen by King Charles II of England in honor of his father, King Charles I, as Carolina derives from the Latin root Carolus, South Carolina. The southern part of Carolina was admitted to the Union on May 23, 1788, and was the 8th state to join. It is a territory of 82,931 square kilometers and 5 million inhabitants. Its capital is Columbia, and its name also derives from King Charles I, Colorado. Colorado joined the United States on August 1, 1876. Its name comes from Spanish, as the first colonizers found reddish stone soil on the banks of the Colorado River. This western region state has a population of 5,773,714 inhabitants. Its capital and most populous city is Denver. 3 great rivers originate there: the Arkansas River, the Rio Grande, and the Colorado. It is known because the famous Rocky Mountains are found in its western part. Connecticut. Located in the northeast of the United States, the capital of Connecticut is Hartford, and the most populous city is Bridgeport. It is one of the smallest states with just 14,357 square kilometers. Its name comes from the Mohegan word Quintucket, which means the long tidal river, referring to the river of the same name that crosses its territory. Connecticut became the 5th state of the Union on January 9, 1788. North Dakota and South Dakota. The origin of the word Dakota comes from the Sioux and means friend or ally. Although doubts still exist about its veracity, this is the most widespread version. The Dakotas are located in the Midwest of the United States. Both became states on November 2, 1889. They are number 39, north, and 40, south. The capital of North Dakota is Bismarck, and its population amounts to 755,238 inhabitants, while Pierre is the capital of South Dakota, with 814,180 inhabitants. Surely you are wondering which was the first state to form the States of America, and that was Delaware, on December 7, 1787. It is located in the northeast of the country, has less than 1 million inhabitants, and only 6,447 square kilometers, the second state with the least territory. Its capital is Dover, and its most populous city is Wilmington. The name Delaware comes from the French, referring to the first governor of Virginia, Sir Thomas West, who was the Baron de la Warr. Florida. Known for its beautiful beaches and tropical climate, Florida was discovered by the Spanish in the 15th century, and its name means flowery or full of flowers. Florida is in the southern region of the country. It joined the United States in 1845 as the 27th state. It is the 3rd most populous, with more than 21 million inhabitants. Its capital is Tallahassee, although the most populous is Jacksonville. Georgia. Named after King George II of England, Georgia became the 4th state of the Union in January of the year 1788. Located in the south of the United States, Georgia has an approximate population of 10.5 million inhabitants. Its capital and most populous city is Atlanta. This territory of 153,911 square kilometers, covered by forests and mountains, was the product of disputes between the British and the Spanish. Hawaii. On August 21, 1959, Hawaii became the 50th state. It is the most recent state in the Union. It is located in the Central Pacific Ocean, and its capital and most populous city is Honolulu. It is the only island and non-continental state in the United States. It has an area of 16,000 square kilometers and a population of 1.5 million inhabitants. The origin of its name is attributed to a fisherman named Hawaii Iloa, who, according to Hawaiian mythology, discovered these archipelagos. Another hypothesis is that it comes from the word Hawaiki, possibly a native word meaning homeland. Idaho. In 1890, Idaho became the 43rd state of the United States. Its name was invented. George M. Willing had claimed that the word Idaho came from the Shoshone natives and meant gem of the mountains. But shortly after, he revealed that this story was a hoax. His confession came too late, as the use of Idaho as the name of the entity had already spread. Located in the west of the country, it has 1.8 million inhabitants and 216,445 kilometers of territory. Its capital and most populous city is Boise, Illinois. Known as the Prairie State, Illinois was explored by the first French missionaries. It joined the Union in 1818 as the 21st state. Its name comes from the word Illiniwek, which means best people, as the Illini people were called. It is also believed that it could mean men or warriors, completed by the French suffix ois. The state has just under 13 million inhabitants, and its most populous city is Chicago, Indiana. On December 11, 1816, Indiana became the 19th state of the Union, many years after the first Europeans arrived in these lands. Its name means Land of the Indians in Latin, as many native peoples such as the Chippewa, Delaware, or Iroquois inhabited this place. It has just over 6.5 million inhabitants in its 94,322 square kilometers. Its capital and most important city is Indianapolis. Musica, nestled in the Midwest, Iowa became the 29th state on December 28, 1846. The first Europeans to explore this place were the Frenchmen Louis Joliet and Jacques Marquette in 1673, who described its geography as green and fertile. The origin of the name Iowa is not known for certain, as the word has various interpretations, but all versions agree that it comes from Native American peoples, probably from the Iowa word Iowa, which means beautiful. With 3 million inhabitants, its capital and most populous city is Des Moines, Kansas. Kansas is the national capital of cowboys, livestock, and agriculture. In fact, it is known as America's breadbasket for being a leader in the agricultural industry. The name Kansas comes from the Kansa Indians and their term meaning people of the wind. Kansas has around 3 million inhabitants and its capital is Topeka, although the economic center is Wichita, the most populous city. It became the 34th state on January 29, 1861. Kentucky, meadow, on the prairie, or land of tomorrow are some of the meanings attributed to the name of this state, probably of Iroquoian origin. The explorer George Rogers Clark stated that the name is derived from the Indian word Kentucky, which means prairie land. It has more than 4 million inhabitants, a predominantly rural environment, and its capital is Frankfort, although the most populous city is Louisville. This southern state of 104,659 square kilometers was the 15th in the Union, which it joined in 1792, Louisiana. With just over 4.5 million inhabitants, Louisiana is the 18th state of the country. It is in the south of the United States and has an area of 134,265 square kilometers. It joined on April 30, 1812. It had previously been colonized by the Spanish, and then by the French. It was the French expeditionaries who named these lands, bathed by the Mississippi River, La Louisiane, Land of Louis, in honor of King Louis XIV. Its capital is Baton Rouge, although the city of New Orleans is the most populous and recognized. Maine. Maine is known as the Pine Tree State because 90% of its territory is covered by forests. This state of 1.3 million inhabitants is in the northeast of the country. It was admitted to the Union on March 15, 1820, as the 23rd state. Its capital is Augusta, and its most populous city is Portland. Along with Louisiana, Maine is the state with the most French influence in the United States. Its name comes from the French province of the same name, Maryland. Maryland means Mary's land in English. It was a tribute to Queen Henrietta Maria of France, wife of King Charles I of England. This state was one of the 13 original colonies. It joined the Union on April 28, 1788. With 32,133 square kilometers, it is one of the smallest states and has 6 million inhabitants. Its capital is Annapolis, although its most populous city is Baltimore, Massachusetts. Located in the northeast of the country, the name of this state comes from the native Massachusetts people. It means, at the Great Hill. It extends over 27,336 square kilometers, where about 7 million people live. Its capital and most important city is Boston. Massachusetts was the sixth state admitted to the Union in February 1788. It is known as the Old Colony State because the first colonists who arrived in North America settled there. Michigan, Great Lake. That is the meaning of the word Michigama, with which the Chippewa named the territory that is now Michigan. It is the 26th state of the Union, joining on January 26, 1837. Located in the Midwest of the country, Michigan is surrounded by 4 of the 5 Great Lakes of the United States. It has 10 million inhabitants. Its capital is Lansing, but the largest city is Detroit, Minnesota. The Dakota people named the Minnesota River Minnesota, which means murky water or sky-tinted water. This state is known as the Land of 10,000 Lakes, as it has nearly 12,000 across its 225,171 square kilometers of surface. The capital is St. Paul, and its most populous city is Minneapolis. It has been the 32nd state of the Union since May 11, 1858. Mississippi. Located in the south of the country, this state of 3 million inhabitants was admitted on December 10, 1817, to the American Union as the 20th. Its capital and most populous city is Jackson. The origin of the name Mississippi comes from the word Mississippi, the French interpretation of the Ojibwe word Mississippi, which means Great River. Missouri. It is said that in Missouri, people only believe what they see. It is the 24th state since August 10, 1821. This territory of 180,533 square kilometers is located in the Midwest and has Jefferson City as its capital, although the most important cities are Kansas City and St. Louis. The name of this state of 6 million inhabitants comes from the native Missouri peoples, which would translate as people with wooden canoes or of the long canoes. Montana. A large part of the Rocky Mountains shapes the landscape of this state, hence its name, which comes from the Spanish word Montana, mountain. It was the 41st state to enter the Union on November 8, 1889. It is the 4th largest state in the country with 380,838 square kilometers and just over 1 million inhabitants. Its capital is Helena, and the most populous city is Billings. The famous Yellowstone National Park is located in Montana, Nebraska. There are 2 versions about the origin of the name Nebraska. On one hand, it is believed to come from the Chewari word that describes the state's river and means shallow waters or wide waters. On the other hand, it is believed to be an indigenous word from the Oto people meaning flat river, in reference to the Platte River. Nebraska is located in the Midwest of the country and joined the United States on March 1, 1867, as the 37th state. Its capital is Lincoln, and Omaha is the most populous city, Nevada. The name Nevada comes from the first Spanish explorers who observed that the mountains in the area were covered with snow in winter. This state, which was part of Mexico until 1848, is in the west of the United States. It joined the country on October 31, 1864, as the 36th state, in the midst of the Civil War. For this reason, it is known as the Battle-Born State. Its most famous city is Las Vegas, known for its nightlife and casinos, although the capital is Carson City. Nevada has 286,351 square kilometers and around 3 million inhabitants. New Jersey. Named after the island of Jersey in England, this state of 9 million inhabitants is in the northeast of the country. It became the 3rd state of the Union on December 18, 1787. Since then, it has been known as the Garden State for its fertile lands. With 22,588 square kilometers, New Jersey is one of the smallest states and the most densely populated. Its capital is Trenton, and its most populous city is Newark, New York. Contrary to what many think, the capital of the state of New York is not its namesake city, but Albany. It is one of the most populous states with almost 20 million inhabitants. It is the largest financial and commercial center in the United States. The name of this state was originally New Amsterdam because it was under Dutch control. However, when the English claimed these lands, they renamed it New York. It joined the United States on July 26, 1788, and became the 11th state of the Union, New Hampshire. New Hampshire is another state with English influence. Its name comes from the English county of the same name. Captain John Mason named these lands in 1629. It was admitted to the Union on June 21, 1788, as the 9th state, with 1,350,000 inhabitants. New Hampshire has the city of Concord as its capital, and its most populous city is Manchester. It is located in the northeast of the country and is one of the least extensive states, with 24,216 square kilometers. New Mexico. To the west of the United States extends the Land of Enchantment, as New Mexico is known, the 5th largest state in the country with 314,915 square kilometers. With 2 million inhabitants, New Mexico has Santa Fe as its capital, but Albuquerque is the most populous city. The name New Mexico was a way of referring to Mexico, a word that comes from Nahuatl and means place of Mexitli, or the navel of the moon. It was admitted to the American Union on January 6, 1912 as the 47th state, Ohio. Good River or Beautiful River is the meaning of Ohio, the 17th state of the Union, which joined in 1803. It is in the Midwest of the country. With 11.5 million inhabitants, it is considered one of the most industrialized in North America, which has generated an important industrial and scientific tradition. Its capital and most populous city is Columbus, Oklahoma. On November 6, 1907, Oklahoma became the 46th state of the American Union. It is a territory of Aboriginal tradition, explored by the Spanish in the mid-16th century. Its name comes from the Choctaw words Oklahoma, which means red people. It is in the south-central part of the country, with a population of just under 4 million inhabitants. Oklahoma is also the name of its capital and most populous city, Oregon. Oregon is a large state of 248,805 square kilometers and 4 million inhabitants, located in the west of the United States. Its capital is Salem, and the most populous city is Portland. The origin of the name Oregon is uncertain. Some versions claim it comes from a 1715 French map that named the Wisconsin River as Wisconsin, while others assert it is from the word ouragan, which means hurricane in French, due to the strong winds in the area. Another theory suggests the name is derived from oregano, a species of wild sage that grows abundantly on the Oregon coast, and another says it comes from the Spanish orejones, big ears, referring to the indigenous tribes of the region. It joined the United States on February 14, 1859, as the 33rd state, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania was the second state in the Union, which it joined on December 12, 1787. Its founder was William Penn, who named the region Sylvania, which means forests in Latin. From the union of Penn and Sylvania, the current name emerged. With 13 million inhabitants, Pennsylvania is in the northeast and has two of the most important and prosperous cities in the country, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Its capital is Harrisburg, Rhode Island. In 1790, Rhode Island became the 13th state of the United States. It is the smallest territory with 4,002 square kilometers and just over 1 million inhabitants. The Italian explorer Giovanni da Verrazzano gave it its name in honor of the Greek island of Rhodes. Others believe it was the Dutch explorer Adrian Block, who called the island Rood Island, or Red Island in Dutch, due to the clay of this color. It is located in the northeast region, and its capital and most populous city is Providence, Tennessee. Rock and roll and the blues have made Tennessee famous, a state with an area of 109,247 square kilometers and almost 7 million inhabitants. It is in the south and its capital is Nashville, but the most populous city is Memphis. It was admitted to the Union on June 1, 1796, as the 16th state. The origin of its name is still not entirely defined. It is believed to come from the Cherokee people and was used to refer to one of their settlements. It was the Spanish captain Juan Pardo who was the first person to record the name Tanasi. In the mid-1500s, Texas. The most accepted version regarding the origin of the name Texas is that it comes from a Caddo Indian word meaning friends or allies. It joined the United States on December 29, 1845, as the 28th state. This state shares a long border with Mexico, around 1,800 kilometers, in its southern part. It has more than 25 million inhabitants. It is the second most populous state, behind California. It is also the second largest, after Alaska, with 695,621 square kilometers. Its capital is Austin, and Houston is the most populous city, Utah. The Apaches used the word Utah to refer to the people of the mountains or those who are in the high country. From there comes the name of Utah, the 45th state to enter the Union in 1896. It is located in the west of the country. It has 3 million inhabitants. Among its natural resources is a Great Salt Lake, which gives its name to its capital, Vermont. Vermont is one of the states with the greatest French influence in the American Union. It is the 14th territory. It entered on March 4, 1791. Its origin comes from the French vert, green, and mont, mountain, so named by the explorer Samuel de Champlain. Its capital is Montpelier, and its most populous city is Burlington. It is in the northeast and is a state with just over 600,000 inhabitants and 24,901 square kilometers. Virginia and West Virginia. Virginia owes its name to the Queen of England, Elizabeth I, who was known as the Virgin Queen because she never married. This state joined the United States on June 25, 1788, being the 10th to do so. With a population of 8 million inhabitants, its capital is Richmond, although Virginia Beach is the most populous city. West Virginia, for its part, has 62,755 square kilometers. Its admission to the Union occurred on June 20, 1863, as the 35th state. It has 1.8 million inhabitants, and its capital is Charleston, Washington. Initially, the state of Washington was part of the Oregon Territory. However, in 1889, it became the 42nd state. Its name is a tribute to the first president of the United States and considered the founder of the nation, George Washington. Although the capital is Olympia, the majority of its population lives in the metropolitan areas of Seattle, Everett, and Tacoma. The state has a population of 7.5 million inhabitants. Wisconsin. The origin of the name Wisconsin is uncertain, but it is believed to come from some Amerindian language like Ojibwe and mean place of the red stone. It has also been documented that the French missionary Jacques Marquette called the Wisconsin River Mescousin. It has almost 6 million inhabitants and joined the United States on May 29, 1848, as the 30th state. Its capital is Madison, but the most populous city is Milwaukee, Wyoming, land of vast plains. That is the meaning of Wyoming, the name of the 44th state, which joined the Union in 1890. Several Amerindian peoples inhabited this place, such as the Arapaho, Lakota, and Shoshone tribes. It is known as the Equality State because it was the first to allow women the right to vote. It is the state with the smallest population in the United States, with just 500,000 inhabitants in its 253,348 square kilometers. Its capital and most populous city is Cheyenne. The geography of the United States is vast and diverse, as is the etymological origin of its names, which show us time and again the different contexts that the states of the Union have. We hope this video has been useful to you. If you have anything to add, please share it with us in the comments section. Like this video and send the link to family and best friends so they can learn more about the geography of the planet. If you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and follow us on all our social networks. We hope this video has been useful to you. If you have anything to add, please share it with us in the comments section. Like this video and send the link to family and best friends so they can learn more about the geography of the planet. If you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and follow us on all our social networks.